I won't say a waste of time, I don't know what that was, we would have connected more, it would give us a better chance of winning games. So, of course, I wish all those plays connected, but, it's football. It's not going to be perfect all the time.
These are young players that you're so invested in their development, so I'll let the week play out and make a decision later on that.
This one's exploding through the locker room. Star wideout Jeudy just dropped a bombshell on the Browns quarterback situation, and this time, he didn't hold back. Judy went all in for Shedeur Sanders, publicly backing the rookie and questioning how Kevin Stefanski has handled the QB carousel all season. He said Shedeur has been everything you'd want from a franchise quarterback: locked in, professional, calm under pressure, mastering the playbook, and earning the respect of the entire locker room. And yet somehow, the coaching staff still won't give him the nod. Joe Flacco's gone. Dillon Gabriel's been inconsistent. But Shedeur, he's showing leadership you can't teach. When a top receiver steps up and speaks out like that, it's not random. It's a message. The players feel it. The fans feel it. And every week Stefanski waits, that pressure just keeps building. Cleveland's starving for a spark, for someone to believe in again. And right now, that spark has a name: Shedeur Sanders. This city's tired of maybe next year. They're ready for a quarterback who carries the moment, not one who crumbles under it. Because when the locker room unites behind one man, that's not hype, that's hierarchy. The players believe, the fans believe. Now it's time for the Browns to believe too.
I got a lot of trust with those guys. Those guys been here since OTAs and since minicamp. They've been doing their thing.
He made a statement that shook the Browns locker room. He doubled down and said what Cleveland fans have been feeling all season. Shedeur Sanders has been dialed in since day one, not after camp, not after preseason, from the very first snap. Judy said Shedeur's been a different breed. First one in the building, last one to leave, grinding through film, mastering the playbook, and earning the respect of veterans who've seen it all. He said Shedeur's right there every day with Dillon Gabriel, pushing a tempo, setting the tone, and showing what real hunger looks like. No flash, no talk, just pure work. And then Judy dropped the line that hit everyone in the room. Shedeur's the kind of player you trust when everything's on the line. That's not lip service, that's belief. Judy made it clear, the kid's got it. The arm, the composure, the leadership. He's not sitting around waiting for a shot. He's preparing for it like it's already his.
Been doing a good job, just understanding the plays, doing whatever the coach asks for him, and he's been doing a great job of just, being a pro and, doing what he needed to do to be able to, once he get his chance, to take advantage of that. So, that's all we could ask for him to do. Once he get his opportunity, just take advantage of it.
Well, Jeudy isn't the only one stepping up to defend Shedeur Sanders. Now Myles Garrett has joined the chorus. And when your franchise cornerstone, your defensive captain, starts speaking like that about a rookie quarterback, you know it's real. Garrett praised Shedeur for something that doesn't show up on stat sheets: his work ethic. He said it's rare to see a young player with that kind of discipline, that kind of drive. According to Garrett, Shedeur's been living at the facility, showing up before most guys even grab their coffee, and staying long after everyone's packed up and gone. That's not routine, that's obsession, and it's catching people's attention. Garrett said Shedeur's even been popping into coaches' offices on his own, asking questions, breaking down tape, looking for any edge he can find. Not because someone told him to, but because he wants to be great. That's the kind of attitude veterans respect. It's not about hype or headlines, it's about habits. And when Myles Garrett, one of the most respected players in the entire league, says this rookie is built different, that tells you everything you need to know. Shedeur isn't just waiting for his moment, he's building it, brick by brick, film session by film session, until the Browns have no choice but to hand him the reins.
Shedeur Sanders, as a veteran, what's impressed you the most on how he's approached the game?
The time he takes, showing up early. Coach's office is easily seen when you walk in the building, and almost every morning you see him in there, talking through plays, talking through schemes with coach, and making sure that he's ready for his moment when he gets called up.
Myles Garrett didn't just echo Jeudy, he amplified the message. The Browns' defensive leader made it clear that he truly respects what Shedeur Sanders brings to the table, calling out his relentless effort, laser focus, and maturity beyond his years. Garrett said Shedeur's work ethic has earned every ounce of respect in that locker room. According to him, it's rare to see a young player who not only shows up early and stays late, but also takes initiative, walking into coaches' offices, asking questions, breaking down tape, looking for any edge he can find. Not because someone told him to, but because he wants to be great. What stood out most was Garrett's praise for Shedeur's maturity, the way he carries himself, stays grounded, and handles every situation like a seasoned pro. He said that kind of commitment and composure deserves recognition, and that Cleveland should celebrate it, not hide it. But here's where the story turns. Despite all the validation Shedeur is getting from locker room leaders, Kevin Stefanski still won't hand him the keys. The head coach keeps talking about not taking risks with a young quarterback, as if he's trying to convince everyone the situation is under control. But it's getting harder to buy that narrative. Stefanski keeps citing Shedeur's age as an excuse, claiming he's too young for the responsibility. Yet he's handing opportunities to guys like Quinshon Judkins, who didn't even get a full training camp. And if Judkins can step up and deliver under pressure, then why can't Shedeur? That's the question echoing through Cleveland right now, and it's getting louder every single week.
I always have to be mindful of our players and our players' development, and I want to make sure that I'm always doing what's best for our players.
But Dan Orlovsky didn't hold back in his response to Stefanski's comments. He expressed his disappointment that Jeudy Sanders hasn't even been named QB2 yet, especially when there's no clear competition for the spot. Orlovsky raised a crucial question, directing it at the Browns' ownership. What happened to the plan they had for this season? The same plan that was meant to evaluate players like Dillon and Shedeur as potential future quarterbacks. He didn't shy away from criticizing the team's management, pointing out their inconsistent and contradictory handling of the quarterback situation, calling out their lack of clarity and direction. The pressure on the Browns is only intensifying as the situation with Jeudy Sanders continues to unfold. Fans and analysts are increasingly vocal, urging Stefanski to make a decision if he keeps Shedeur on the sidelines. Those who support Shedeur simply want to see him thrive, but if the team continues to hold him back, the blame won't fall on Shedeur. It will fall squarely on the Browns for stalling his career. The frustration is mounting, and it's becoming clear that if the Browns don't make a change soon, they will be held responsible for the damage done to his potential. As the Cleveland Browns continue to navigate their quarterback controversy, the situation surrounding Jeudy Sanders has become a focal point for both fans and analysts. Despite support from key players like Jeudy and Myles Garrett, who have praised Sanders' work ethic, maturity, and dedication, head coach Kevin Stefanski remains hesitant to name him the starting quarterback. Stefanski's ongoing reluctance to give Shedeur a chance is raising serious questions about his decision-making and the future of the Browns' quarterback position. Shedeur has proven himself on and off the field, showing up to every practice and meeting with the intensity and commitment expected from a future leader of the team. His performance, along with his willingness to learn, has earned him the respect of his teammates. Yet Stefanski continues to lean on excuses, citing Shedeur's youth and inexperience as reasons for not starting him. However, this logic falls flat when we see younger players like Quinshon Judkins being given opportunities despite limited preparation. If the Browns are willing to take chances with others, why not Shedeur, who has clearly shown he is ready for the challenge? The growing frustration is palpable, and it's clear that the pressure on Stefanski is mounting. Fans and analysts are calling for the Browns to make a move, as the team's failure to take action could not only hinder Shedeur's development, but also damage his career. The blame will inevitably fall on the organization if they continue to keep him on the sidelines. It's time for the Browns to make a decision and embrace the future with Jeudy Sanders. If they don't, they risk losing not just a talented young quarterback, but their credibility as a franchise that values progress and player development. The ball's in Stefanski's court, and how he handles this situation could define the future of the Browns for a long time. So what do you think? Do you believe Stefanski is making a huge mistake by not giving Jeudy Sanders a shot? Is he really just playing it safe? Or is this a case of stubbornness and missed opportunities? With the Raiders reportedly showing interest, could we see Shedeur on the move sooner rather than later? And if that happens, what does it mean for the future of the Browns, both in terms of their quarterback situation and their reputation they've built around young talent? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear what you think.